Mega Man has some of the toughest bosses in video game history. From the awful Yellow Devil to the infamous Boo Beam Trap of Mega Man 2's Wily Castle, some of these bastards scarred our gaming childhood. However memorable they were tough. When people think of Mega Man bosses, though, they think of the Robot Masters. Every game, except the first Mega Man game, had 8 robots to select from, and as a new player, you always wanted to find the weakest one so you could get a weapon and start the rock, paper, scissors cycle. But which Robot Master would you choose first? Which of these 8 mechanical monsters would be the easiest to turn to scrap metal with just your default arm cannon? Not all Robot Masters are created equal. Some are super difficult due to broken programming or erratic patterns. Some are easy to beat once you figure out their pattern. And some are just plain easy to muscle your way through and win. Join me and we're going to take a look at the top 10 easiest Mega Man Robot Masters to beat with just your arm cannon. No special weapons, no energy tanks, no cheats. Number 10. Blizzard Man. This ski-clad snowbot isn't much of a threat. For starters, Blizzard Man looks goofy with his silly little hat. He doesn't have any attack pattern, but that doesn't make him much of a challenge because his moves are really easy to read. He skis around aimlessly and will either send little snowflakes at you, which are fairly easy to dodge and not very dangerous, or he will roll into a big robotic snowball and try to somersault into you. Not sure how his design allows him to perform either of these odd attacks, but both of these moves are really slow and give you plenty of time to dodge. Sorry, Blizzard Man, you aren't the coolest looking Robot Master. Number 9. Stone Man. Don't let Stone Man's size intimidate you. This load of rocks is a real pushover. His weapon's pretty lame, and he doesn't even use it much. All he does is jump around the room and try to land on you. Unlike most big Robot Masters like Guts Man or Hard Man, Stone Man doesn't even stun the ground when he lands. He just crumbles into a pile of, well, stones. It's almost like he's crumbling into defeat because he can't stun you when he lands. Why? Why am I not able to stun Mega Man like all the other big robots? I just want to crumble into pieces! Number 8. Bubbleman. Ah, Mega Man 2. A fairly easy entry to the series, even on difficult mode. Bubbleman has always been a softie, even with those spikes on the ceiling. He was always my go-to robot when I was a kid, because I loved his music, and because he was easy to beat. Bubbleman is a robot you can just muscle your way through. His attacks are weak, and if you have full health, it's hard to lose this fight. Unless you're blind or your controller's malfunctioning, you probably will never hit the spikes on the ceiling. In fact, of the many times I've played through Mega Man 2, I don't think I've ever died to the spikes on Bubbleman's ceiling. You probably haven't either. Number 7. Starman. Speaking of spikes on the ceiling, Starman lacks what lame advantage Bubbleman had, which makes him even less threatening. He just hops around the room with his star shield trying to run into you. Starman is a complete joke, and anyone who has trouble defeating this pussy needs to rethink their life as a Mega Man gamer. Starman was the first robot I beat when I rented Mega Man 5 back in 1992. I beat him on my first try as a 6-year-old, and that says a lot. At least he has one of the best Mega Man 5 weapons. Ugh, I can't believe I said that. Number 6. Cut Man. Well, if it is an old Kung Fu Cut Man, the most basic robot in all of Mega Man. While he takes 3 damage from the arm cannon, he does move around a bit randomly, which keeps him from being higher on this list of weaklings. Cut Man has never been a challenge in any Mega Man game he's appeared in. I don't have a lot to say about him, because he doesn't do anything really amazing but throw his boomerang cutter. I actually find Cut Man easier to kill with the Mega Buster than I do with Guts Man's super arm. If you come into this fight with full health, you probably will win the first time. Number 5. Centaur Man. Centaur Man? What the hell kind of robot master is that? What is his purpose? And what the hell is his weapon supposed to be? Centaur Flash? How does this freeze Mega Man? This robot's weapon is a mystery, but what's even a bigger mystery is why he's so fucking easy to kill. As long as you keep shooting him, you're gonna win this fight. Centaur Man is a super easy robot to defeat, and one that doesn't get talked about much, mostly because no one remembers Mega Man 6. Most of the bosses in Mega Man 6 can just be muscled through, with Centaur Man being the easiest. I don't know how anyone could have trouble trashing this one-trick pony. He's 50% horse, 50% man, and 100% pussy. Number 4. Heat Man. Heat Man definitely is the easiest Robot Master in Mega Man 2. His attack is super predictable, and the fight is just a rinse and repeat cycle. Probably the hardest part of this battle is when you first enter the room and he tosses fire at you. Sure, you'll get hit the first time, but after that, you'll probably never take damage from Heat Man again. Any gamer with half a brain will know just to instinctively run to one side of the room, shoot Heat Man, let him uselessly fly across the room, and then go to the other side. And it's all downhill from there. Rinse, heat, and repeat. Sorry, Heat Man, you're just not as scary as your level. Number 3. Top Man. A dancing robot. What could be less threatening? There's only 2 robots I found less troublesome. Top Man is a lot like Heat Man in that he does the same pattern over and over again. The difference? Top Man doesn't surprise you by throwing fire in your face when you first enter his room. He throws tops, giving you plenty of time to slide out of the way, and then he does a stupid-ass spin across the room, which is obviously very simple to avoid. Just jump over him, and we have the fight already figured out. I guess Capcom thought some new players might have trouble mastering the slide mechanic. Even if the players did, Top Man takes 2 damage from the arm cannon, making him super easy to defeat. Number 2. Bomb Man. Bomb Man is so easy to beat, he doesn't even deserve to be called a Robot Master. He's a fucking pussy that requires practically no thought or strategy to defeat. All you have to do is continually blast him the whole fight and you're gonna win. There's really no trick to beating him. A 3-year-old could beat this guy just by tapping the B button repeatedly. It's amazing how Mega Man 1 has some of the hardest robots in this series, and some of the easiest. People who have trouble beating Bomb Man are not gamers. They probably don't even know how to hold a controller or use a keyboard. I almost want to put Bomb Man as the easiest Robot Master, but not quite, because you could lose to him if you came into the fight with low health. Number 1. Toad Man. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video knew this was coming. They didn't know where Toad Man would be placed, but they knew he would be in the top 5 places. Toad Man has an extremely easy AI to exploit. All you have to do is shoot him, let him hop over you, and repeat until he croaks. It's a pattern so easy that you should never take any damage. There's no tricks, no gimmicks, no randomness, no nothing to this fight. Rain or shine, Toad Man is simple with or without his weakness. It really makes no difference. One could argue that Toad Man's AI is broken, and that's what makes him so easy, but I don't give a shit. Capcom designed him not to use his Rain Flush as long as you kept shooting him. No one will lose to Toad Man for the first time they fight him, and if they do, they will surely beat him the next time. Well, that wraps up my list of the top 10 easiest Robot Masters to beat. I've played Mega Man since I was a baby, and I've beaten every classic Mega Man game many times, so I'm pretty confident this list is accurate. Sure, there'll be some huge Mega Man nerds out there that will disagree with it and say this robot is easier because you can exploit X, Y, and whatever other programming factor that exists. I didn't rank this list with the no-damage mindset of Raw Mithril. I ranked it in my own view of the easiest Robot Masters that a new player could face and come out victorious with just the arm cannon. You'll notice I didn't put any robots on this list from Mega Man 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Mega Man and Base. That's because I don't think the robots in those games are easy. With better hardware and experience, Capcom learned how to fine-tune the Robot Masters and make them more challenging. A long time ago I made a YouTube video of the top 10 hardest Robot Masters, and I'll put a link of that in the description. While that list was very debatable, I do not feel this list of the easiest Robot Masters is. If you agree with my list, leave a like. If you disagree, leave a dislike. And most of all, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.